hope you're all well. If you are new around here, then hi, it's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, then thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana, and I'm a 35-year-old lady living in Scotland. And this channel is predominantly talking about skincare, beauty bits, a little bit of fashion, you know, your bloggery, vloggery, travel, lifestyle, bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and cynicism and honesty thrown in on top. Now, I do enjoy the odd sweary word on this channel. If that's not for you, that's completely fine. I understand. Please feel free to vacate at any point. But if you do like the words filtrite or bugger, then subscription button is in the corner. This might just be the place for you. Now, if I'm sounding a little strange today, I do have the endings of a cold that my lovely baby boy gave to me. He had the cold probably about 10 days ago, and oh my god, poor wee soul had such a snottery nose, and I am just kind of picking up the last of it now. So if I sound particularly husky, that's why. I feel like, you know that episode of Friends when Phoebe's like, I've got a sexy voice, that one, and she's like, smell a cat. I feel a little bit like that at the moment. Anyway, this video is going to be a What's New Wednesday. Let's see all the shit that I'm talking about and grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like, and let's just get into this. This is actually a new jumper, so seeing as we're doing What's New Wednesday, I thought we'll show you it here. It is a little cropped number. I would say it comes to your belly button rather than above your belly button. I don't like ones that are cropped like under here, under your tits. But I quite like them to be a little cropped so you can just tuck them into the top of your high-waisted jeans and things like that. This is cropped, and it obviously is like a cable knit. But what I particularly liked was it was a cable knit and it's on the, it's diagonal. So I have to think about that there, rather than the vertical, because I think a lot of cable knit jumpers go that way, don't they? Yep, that was a flash in my bra. So I was out the other day and picked this up. I also picked up a new hat. I am absolutely devastated. I picked up a new hat at the start of the year from Zara, and when I pick up a hat, I usually keep it for a good 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And I was pushing Jack in the pram the other day, and I was walking up the road and it was warm, and I took the hat off my head and put it underneath the pram, and it has slipped out the bottom of the pram at some point, and I have lost it. I am devastated because it was one of my favourite hats. So I thought I would pick up this one instead. This is actually from Tesco, Florence and Fred. It is only a £5. I've not even took the label off it yet, and I feel like this will do me fine, but I do feel it's just not quite baggy enough for me. But I feel like baggy hats have just went out of style now. I went onto ASOS the other day to find like a nice beanie, woolly, big baggy hat, and everything was just bucket hats. Whether they were knitted bucket hats or woolly bucket hats, furry bucket hats, fleecy bucket hats, Borg bucket hats, leather bucket hats. They were all bucket hats, and I was like, you can just buck off, quite frankly, because it's not my thing. Anyway, so I picked up this. Will keep my head warm this winter, thankfully. So I was out looking for a hat, so I also went into Zara. That's why I went into New Look, and I seen this and I thought it was quite nice. Did I tell you this was from New Look? I don't know, it's from New Look. It is current as well. And I went into Zara to see, because that was usually the place that I love to get my woolly hats from. And I picked up a perfume. I loved the Zara fragrances when they got together with Jo Malone before, so I think it's Jo Loves. So it's like the derivative of Jo Malone. And these were really beautiful, but they've got new ones. So this one is called Energetically New York. I previously tried Tuberose Noir and really loved it, and I also really liked Fleur de Patchouli, I think it was. So this one, as I say, they come in these beautiful, it's like a book almost. You can keep them on your side, they're really nice. And this one has like a little postcard in it as well, and it says something or other, blah blah blah, from Jo Malone, making it feel really luxurious. These are 15 quid, which I don't think's bad for a fragrance, and they're very, very nice fragrances. And the reason I picked up this one, I didn't have intention of picking it up, but I do quite like to investigate the Zara fragrances because I enjoy them, and they are eau de parfum, so you're not paying for eau de toilette, and 15 quid, quite frankly, I think that's a pretty good deal. So I was investigating them, and I thought, this one smells like Sailing Day. Remember the one from Replica I said I wanted to get, and I thought it would be a kind of perfect summer fragrance? But now we're moving into autumn and winter. I don't want to spend a lot of money on one that I'm thinking might be more suited to a different time of year. So I bought this one because in my mind, when I smell them together, I'm going to have to go into Space NK and smell the Replica one. They probably smell totally different, but to me, I think this smells quite similar. It's very, very fresh. It's not floral, it's almost zesty and a little bit fruity as well. It's a kind of just nice fresh fragrance that I feel I could probably wear throughout the year, to be honest with you. It reminds me a little bit more of a kind of spring summer fragrance, but I will continue to. I didn't buy it now for no reason, do you know what I mean? I'm running out of stuff. but it's just a really nice, I feel like you're clean, crisp, maybe like a woman wearing a trench coat, which is the season for it. I don't know what it is that, well, it's funny, a few people commented, fragrances are nostalgic for me. They make me think of things and places, and for me, energetically New York, this makes sense to me. This, I can just imagine someone going about Soho or the fashion district in New York and kind of smelling a little bit like this. It's clean, it's fresh, but it's not overpowering either. They did have a few other new ones. I think there was a Tokyo one, a Dubai one as well, possibly a Spanish one, I can't remember. But these are really good fragrances, and even the older ones, I don't know if you can still pick them up as well. I didn't see them when I was in there. These are lovely, I really enjoy them, so I picked this up. Now I then went into Boots, and I'm not going to go through absolutely everything that I've picked up. For a simple reason, I'm going to do videos with these things and go into greater detail. But I went into Boots to pick up two of these, and this is the Wonder Swipe from Rimmel. These are the ones that I used in the Budget v Bougie video, and I had the colour Cool AF, cool as fuck, whatever. And this is the blue one, and the other one I spoke about was the green one that I thought was absolutely gorgeous, and this is called Kaching. So what I figured was I bought one of these each, and these will go into a giveaway as well, because I do think they're a wonderful budget product. Another thing that I picked up for the giveaway was Maybelline Sky High, because it's just perfection. It's just so good, and if I'm doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, you guys deserve this because it's fucking fantastic. I also picked up this, which is the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. I have picked this up before, I've spoke about it on this channel before. It's been a little while since I've bought it, but I figured I love my caffeine eye cream from the Inkey List. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. But I want one, like I've said before, that kind of just before you put on makeup. So maybe like the last thing you do in your skincare routine before you put on any of your SPF and things like that. Just a little something extra to give extra hydration in this area, especially as we move into the winter months. So I have used this before. I think I bought it 3 times before, and this will be the 4th. It's fantastic. Now I also went and picked up a few other bits from 17 because I was saying I loved the blushes so much. I kind of thought, let's do the full face of a budget beauty brand to make a kind of berry toned look for this time of year. I picked up one of their eye pigment pencils. So these are like the crayon style pencils as well. I love this style of an eyeshadow. They're really quick and easy to use. So I will see what theirs are like. I picked up this, which is a powder blush, and this is in Plum Blossom. Now it does look a little light, even in real life. I was going to say on the camera there, but in real life it does look a little lighter. But swatched on the back of my hand, I thought this was very nice. And also somebody informed me that actually 17 do a liquid highlight, and I'd said I was really struggling to find a budget version of the kind of highlighters I like, and they had this in 3 colours. I think the first time when I went to buy things, these just couldn't have been in stock because I didn't see these the first time, you know that, and I've just been fucking stupid, you know what I mean? This one is in Rose. I picked up Rose because the gold one was really gold, and the coppery one was really copper, almost like a penny. So I figured that would probably look much more beautiful on a darker skin tone, like a really black skin tone. The gold one would probably look really beautiful on olive skin tones, but for me, as we get a little bit more peely wally white as the time goes on into the winter, God, my throat is really going now, isn't it? It's not COVID, by the way. I've done 2 tests. Definitely not COVID. I figured the Rose one would be my best option. And I also picked up this, which is the Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. The reason I picked up a concealer was because actually the shade range that 17 had for base products and concealers and things like that was pretty impressive. So I'm going to give this a go. I picked it up in 01P, which was pink. They also had yellow, and they also had deep as well, I think. So I was quite impressed with their colour range. So these are from Gen C. Now I have received PR from Gen C before. I am on their PR list. They are a fabulous indie brand. I really enjoy them. I have purchased from them before independently as well, but I am on their PR now, so I receive most things if they launch something new. And these are the mixed media, the way they had the mixed media metallics before for the eyeshadows, and these are the matte versions. I have both of these shadows on my eyes today. This one here is called Reef, and it is a beautiful peachy coral colour, but not a vibrant coral. You can see it on my eyes there. It's really suitable for all year round, I would say. It's one that you can just kind of swipe on, and it's almost like you don't really have shadow in the lids, but there's a little something there. If you do have darker skin than me, obviously it will be much more vibrant, but on me I feel like it's just a really soft kiss of colour, and it's very nice. You can also use these as blushes on the lips as well if you want, but they are matte, so you have to remember that. You might want to top them with a little gloss or something. And this here, oh, this is my guy. This is my guy. This is called Plush and is a gorgeous, grungy, autumnal brown colour. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, but it's also just cool enough to be very cool. Does that make sense? It's that sweep of something on the lid. I actually done a reel using this. Sweep of something on the lid and you're just effortlessly cool. And the song Plush by Stone Temple Pilots, I don't know if you know it, is a massive grunge favourite of mine. Played it to Jack, I don't know how often, when he was in my stomach. I love it, it's a great song. And this has got the same name and I just love it, it's great. I should also mention the staying power on these is fucking impeccable and they do not crease. Now again, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these because I am going to do a full video talking about the IT Cosmetics. Now I did realise I done a video unboxing a year's supply of makeup. I'm going to put it in the corner there if you want to see it. And in that video I said I would probably have to go and pick up an eyeshadow, a lip, some other things from IT Cosmetics. Now I went online and I found it was actually very difficult to find IT Cosmetics eyeshadows. It seems that they've done like limited edition things over Christmas and things like that, but I haven't really seen, I'm sure they used to do them a lot more routinely, but now it seems like they really just stick to what they know and some like holy grail or champion products. I can't remember what the word is I'm looking for, but those kind of products that they're just known for. I am going to try and do a full face as much as I can with these products, but it might be quite difficult because if I can't get my hands on eyeshadows and things like that, then obviously I'm going to have to be using something else. So today I have all of these products on my face. And I have to say, I've been using these quite routinely because I just wanted to be reminded of the IT Cosmetics stuff. I have used this before and I've purchased it numerous times over the years. Probably the last time though was before 2020. 2020 was probably the last time I had a tube of this going about. So I've not used it for a couple of years. And just as a little spoiler here, I forgot how good this was. I'm just going to be honest with you. In saying that though, it is very different from what I am used to. As I said in my monthly roundup video for September, I do like a heavier coverage foundation as we go into autumn and winter months. And I totally forgot just how heavy coverage this is. This is a super coverage foundation. But see, when I'm wearing it, it doesn't feel cakey. It is much more heavy coverage than I'm used to or anything I usually would recommend to you. But I have to say, I forgot how good this was. And it has an SPF of 50 in it as well. I'll always put on my SPF regardless before I put on any makeup. But it is a good number to have in it. It's very, very nice. Now this is the light medium and it is a little bit yellow for me. But once I've got other makeup on and stuff, I don't think it really matters. But I just, you know, having this full face on, I forgot how flawless IT Cosmetics can make you look. So it's properly like poreless and smooth. But I feel like if I saw myself out in everyday life, I would think kind of like, oh, that lady obviously puts a lot of effort into her makeup. She obviously enjoys her makeup. She looks very flawless, but not like in a super duper caked or like over exaggerated or colourful way. Just in a kind of, you look very sophisticated kind of way. Like, you're maybe a businesswoman. As I say, I just go off in tangents in my head with these little ideas in my head. You're a businesswoman and you're meaning business and you're doing this, that, and your makeup's flawless and it stays like that all day. It doesn't move and you don't even break a bead of sweat. It's amazing. So it's beautiful, it's lovely coverage, and for this time of year I'm enjoying the products. But in the summertime, this would not be a look I would go for. I do feel like this makes me look older, but not in a bad way. Just more like I've got my life together. Does that make sense? I don't mean that to be funny, but like just kind of, it's not the sweaty glow that I love in the summer, even though this is actually a benefit. I spoke about it before. It's not that sweaty glow. It's not like natural skin. You can clearly see I've got foundation on, but it does look fucking flawless. And I totally forgot that about it. Now moving on to Glossier, my favourite. Now this is full disclosure, I filmed my last video and I even think I said in the video like, I love Glossier, like if they want to work with me that'd be grand. They fucking reached out to me. I could not believe it. Not via YouTube, it was TikTok of all places. I have TikTok now, by the way. Yeah, I'm cool, down with the fucking kids. And Glossier contacted me and I honestly, My heart was jumping out my fucking chest. I was sitting on the couch next to Alan and I was like, Glossier, Alan, Glossier, I fucking love Gloss. Like, can you believe it? Sorry, I need a drink of coffee there to calm myself down. So they reached out to me because they were going to have new shades of the Generation G lipsticks, which love them. So I got sent the 3 new shades as PR as such. It doesn't mean to say I'm on the PR list now. I doubt that greatly. But they said, would you like to try them? And I was like, fuck yes, of course I would. So these are the new shades. I did put a reel up showing basically all of the Glossier Generation G and Ultra Lips that I owned. It'll be here or it'll be on Instagram if you want to go and check it out. So there is Punch, which is actually the one I've got on my lips today, which is a beautiful, it's like a red, but I'd say it's like a pinky, almost like, these are obviously kind of barely there lipsticks. It's a red and it's definitely got this rosy pink beautiful colour to it. It's so nice. It's almost a little bit berry toned. It's gorgeous, amazing, love it. And then they also have Fuzz and Malt. Fuzz, I would say, is a little bit like a greyish. It's like a brown colour, can you see it there? But it also has that berry rose tone to it. So actually this is almost like a plummy colour. Can I show you on the back of my hand? That's it there. So honestly, it's like a beautiful colour for this time of year, but also keeps it that kind of cool grunge colour as well, because it's a little bit brown. And this one here, Malt, is a typical like 90s brown. It's stunning. I would say this one is maybe the sheerest out of the 3. You can see it there. But it is a proper like 90s cool girl brown. So these were sent to me essentially as PR, even though I'm not on the PR list. And if I get any more PR from Glossier, I will be fucking thrilled and I will always let you know. But you know, I already fucking loved these lipsticks. I have been speaking about this brand for the better part of 4 years. Is that right? 2017 did they come to the UK? 2017 or 18, I can't remember exactly. And the funny thing was that I actually had put an order in with Glossier. A couple of reasons why. I also wanted to order a few bits to put in the giveaway of Glossier items because I rave about them so much, like the cloud paints and the Ultra Lips, but I hadn't tried the eyeshadows yet. So this is the monochromes, that's what their eyeshadows are called. And it comes in a little container like this, which is like a paint palette, which is pretty cute. And I picked up Meza, which is a beautiful kind of orangey, I wouldn't say terracotta, I think there's another one that's like an actual terracotta. This one is a little bit more orange, if I'm honest with you, rather than terracotta, but it's really, really beautiful. I've only used this twice so far. I probably will do a full look with them, but these are actually really, really nice. I also picked up one of their #1 pencils. These are new to me. I'd never tried them before. And I got the colour Frame, which is a brown colour. I just figured I don't actually have a brown eyeliner. I think I got rid of a lot of them in a declutter and didn't replace it. So I wanted a brown one, especially for this time of year, and I feel like it's a really nice kind of soft option on the eye. And I picked up powder. I am not a powder girl, as you know, but so many people have said to me that this powder is outstanding even if you have dry skin. So I thought it was about time that I tried some powder, but I will give you a full roundup at the end of the month. And finally, retinol. So as you know, in my last empties, I think it was, maybe even my monthly roundup, I mentioned that I wasn't with Skin and Me anymore. I'd received a little bit poor customer service with them. I wasn't thrilled about it and I moved on. That was fine. And I did really want to get back onto a retinol, and specifically tretinoin, because from what I've read, tretinoin is one of the best ones for skincare, anti-aging, and keeping your skin clear, rejuvenating skin cell turnover. So I decided I would have a little look into DERMATICA, who are also a similar service, whereas it's like in a monthly subscription. They are a little bit less expensive than Skin and Me, and I had a friend who had a code with them, and I messaged Rose. I'm going to put Rose here if you don't know her. She is over on Instagram, go and follow her because she's amazing. And I asked her what her opinion was of DERMATICA. I'd said I'd had a little bit of a run-in with Skin and Me. I didn't really want to purchase from them anymore, but I still wanted to be on that kind of a system, and I still wanted to be using tretinoin. And she said to me that hands down, Dermatica were some of the best she had used. She had used Skin and Me before, but it was just a very personal choice that she didn't want to use them anymore because they have a daily doser that you turn up. And she's a very kind of no frills gal. She was like, I don't like the kind of gimmick of it all. She just wasn't into that. So that's why she said she wasn't going to try them anymore. It was very, very personal to her. She obviously had a code with them and I thought, why not try Dermatica? I will use Rose's code. I'll get a discount. She'll get a discount off her next one. It's like one of those friends and family codes type thing. Why not give them a go for a month or so? So just before I went on holiday, I decided I was going to go for it. I was going to use Rose's code, blah, blah, blah. It was all signed, sealed, delivered. And then whilst I was on holiday, I got a fucking email from Dermatica. And I thought initially, I was like, oh, is this because I've done the consultation? Is this, that, and the other? But it was also a direct email to say, listen, we know you've just recently done your consultation, blah, blah, blah. We were going to send this out to you, but we've also seen your socials, which I didn't even know, like, how would they be able to do that? Maybe my email address or something? I don't know. Because obviously when I've signed up, I've not been like, hi, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, hi, how are you? I don't know how it came about. Maybe they were already looking for content creators and then they seen that I'd signed up. So they reached out to me and said, listen, would you like an affiliate code and would you like to try us out? So I was like, well, of course I would, because actually I was already going to fucking do it anyway. So as of this month, October, and probably just at the tail end of September, I am going to do a video of kind of, here I am at the starting point, here's my skin at the starting point. I've already filmed that content. And I am going to be using Dermatica 3 monthly spells. Does that make sense? So I'm going to use it for the first 3 months and then check in with you. If there's anything in between that, then I'll let you know. Check in with you, my skin at the start of the 3 months and the end of the 3 months. And whether or not at that time I think it's worth continuing on with it. And I will do that over the 3 month spells and put that video content out for you until I have been on it a year, so you can see if it's worth it. As I say, it is a subscription service. It is a little bit less expensive than Skin and Me, but I know at this time as well that a lot of people are thinking the last thing I need is another subscription service. But if it is something you were wanting to try, I do have a code. I'm going to put it on the screen here, and because they have reached out to me, they have gave me an affiliate code rather than just the friends and family code. So I couldn't be more thankful for that. Then I have a discount code that will make it even less expensive. It will be down below. It's completely up to you. But as I said, I completely understand if this point getting into another subscription is not for you. And on top of that, today, literally as I film this, they actually sent me out this as well, which is the Azelaic Acid 20% cream. Now I didn't ask for this, it was just sent via PR, I suppose. There was a little note in it saying, you know, you might like to try this. And azelaic acid is something that I've never really thought of looking into before, because I always thought it was specifically for rosacea or to stop you getting really bad acne. It basically is an antimicrobial. It helps clean out the pores and things like that. But as I've done further reading into it, it also really helps with hyperpigmentation, and it helps if you do get any blemishes or acne, then it stops that acne scarring happening and also helps to get rid of acne scarring. So I thought that would be worth me trying actually, so that's why I'm mentioning it in this video as well. But it was sent in PR, so you know. For me, I think there's already azelaic acid of 4% in my doser at the moment, and this is the same situation where it will increase in tretinoin as the time goes on. There's different systems on Dermatica where it can be an anti-aging one, an acne specific one, it can be a hyperpigmentation one, it can be for treatment of sensitive dry skin, rosacea, things like that. And you go through your consultation to find out what it is you're looking for. So I picked initially the anti-aging one, but then I thought maybe actually the hyperpigmentation one would be the one I'd be looking for, because I do have quite a bit of kind of sun damage here and what you might call melasma, so I wanted to try that out. And I spoke to the woman who reached out to me and said, I really still want to be on tretinoin, I don't want you to take that out, but also I want to look at something to improve this area of my skin. So I think that's why they have sent this out to me, the azelaic acid cream as well. Moving forward, I will be talking about Dermatica. I will be doing videos on that, content on that, and it will be in my skincare playlist. If it's not your kind of thing, I completely understand. And please feel free to use my code if you are looking into it already. That would be smashing. And with that, that is everything. I just thought I would put that in at the tail end there. And with that, I'm going to finish this absolutely freezing cold coffee, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.